Tempest Clash, also known as Sea Battles, have finally landed in Rise of Kingdoms. In this video, we're going to go over everything we can figure out before the event gets here in 1 hour and 10 minutes, and we're going to review every single one of the warship skills and how this game mode works, so that when you go play, you're ready to battle. Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and in this video, sponsored by the makers of Rise of Kingdoms, I am hyped to review with you everything we can figure out from the rule set available from the Tempest Clash, which you can see before the game has even begun. Now, you have to be City Hall level 7, but that's it. So I don't see why you wouldn't go create one in Kingdom 2 so you can go play this game mode right away if you wanted to, because City Hall level 7 is a very easy project to achieve. And by the way, this game mode is going to be here for a whole month, so why wait? Get started now. Now, I do want to skip some of the rules just to point out that in Tempest Clash, every governor is on equal footing. Any buffs that you have are completely irrelevant. So your city skin and all that kind of stuff, your equipment, totally irrelevant here. Go make an account in Kingdom 2, City Hall level 7, and you can play, just saying. Now, there's 2 teams, 5 each. Matches are cross-server, so you can invite governors from any kingdom you want to be on your team, assuming that the event is in their kingdom. So maybe if you have a host in Kingdom 2, you can invite people in other kingdoms, but historically that's not the case if the event is not also there. Now, this is for testing in Kingdom 2. It might be in other kingdoms as well. Now, you pick one warship type, and you are stuck with that type through the end of the match. Matches are not all that long, theoretically, so it's not that big a deal. You've either got infantry, cavalry, or archers, or at least that's their symbols, but their names are actually quite different. Now, the map controls are very similar to how Champions of Olympia works, where you can put down markers for people to follow, which people will promptly ignore because who's actually looking at those markers? Here are the 3 warship types: the trireme, the armored ship, and also the galley. The galley is the archer ship. Let's start with the trireme. This is a ship designed to ram other ships. Wave breaker skill. Once it has been out of battle for 2 seconds, the trireme enters high speed mode, increasing its march speed by 15%. Okay, 15 is not all that fast. And then swift strike. While in high speed mode, the trireme's first attack upon entering battle deals ramming damage. It's 500 damage factor to the target. So you need to break combat for 2 seconds. Leave combat. Be out of combat for 2 seconds. You get the march speed, wave breaker, boom. Then when you hit them, your first damage is higher. So you want to really be, I think, breaking and re-entering combat frequently. Smash. Increase skill damage dealt to galleys by 85%. So there's a clear job here. If you are playing the cavalry warship, the trireme, you're trying to take out the galleys. That's the archer warship. Makes sense, right? There's serious rock, paper, scissors here. Now, every warship has the entangle skill, which makes it that while you're in battle, the warship's march speed is immediately reduced by 30%. And when there are 1 or more enemy warships within a certain distance in the front of your warship, your speed is decreased to 0. In other words, if somebody's blocking where you would go, you can't go forward anymore. You have to fight your way out of that situation. This is going to be very important to keep in mind for the trireme to actually break combat. When you ram somebody, they're going to be right in front of you. So I guess you need to run that fight until you've won. So you really only want to be ramming or charging at these galleys. Now, the next warship is the infantry warship, and that is the armored ship. The armored ship is the counter to the cavalry ship, the trireme. The iron wall capability makes it so that when you're out of combat for 2 seconds, the armored ship enters a defensive mode. While in this defensive mode, the armored ship's first attack upon entering battle deals bash damage to the target, damage factor 310. And if the target is in high speed mode, the damage factor is 3,800. In other words, your job as one of the armored ships is to get in front of the triremes. If the trireme rams you, they get pwned, and the head-on attack increases skill damage to triremes by 85%. GG, get wrecked triremes. This is all about hitting the counter-typing warship. Heavy header increases your normal attack damage to supply ships by 90%. So, in this game mode, you win by taking out enemy supply ships. this ship does extra damage to them. The armored ship is what you want to use to take out the supply ship, ideally. And again, all the ships have entangle. When somebody's right in front of you, you can't go anywhere. And when you're in battle, your speed is reduced by 30%. The final ship is the galley. This is the archer ship. The archer ship is countered by the trireme. That's the cavalry ship. And it counters the armored ship. It is the answer to the armored ship. Barrage. Every 2 seconds, the galley deals ranged damage to the nearest enemy troop within its firing range, damage factor 500, but cannot launch long-range attacks while fighting or marching. So when you sit still, you start shooting arrows. This is a ship you want to put down somewhere, chill out, shoot arrows, and have some infantry in front of you to protect you so you don't get rammed by a trireme. Penetrating strike makes it so that you do increased damage by 15% to armored ships. Technically, it's skill damage that gets boosted here. So you counter the infantry ship, sort of, in part because you're hitting everything from long range, which is quite spectacular, but also you get some bonus damage against them. So I guess it isn't exactly a hard counter. And in addition, you have a burn ability, increases normal attack damage dealt to supply ships by 30%. So the main way you take out a supply ship is with the armored ship, and the secondary way is the galley, okay? And the trireme is designed to take out the galleys. And when you are stuck in battle, again, your march speed is reduced, or if somebody's in front of you, you can't go anywhere. So a couple things to know about the map that are going to be really important. First of all, the supply ship, as we were talking about, carry large quantities of resources, but need protection due to being unable to sail or attack other ships. Warships take increased damage when attacking supply ships. So if you're hitting the supply ship, you are very vulnerable. In addition, the safe zone is where your warships are built. Enemies cannot enter inside your safe zone, nor can you attack other warships outside of your safe zone from within. So you can't go and attack somebody from within your safe zone, like, say, with the galley, with its ranged strike, you just sit in your safe zone and you shoot at them. That doesn't work. You got to leave your safe zone to actually get into combat here. And the recovery points allow you to start restoring your ship's durability. Assuredly, when you're destroyed, you're out of the fight for some amount of time. So some of the strategy will be around surviving long enough. And the exact way that you score points isn't shown in this flavor of the rules. But still, I feel like reviewing all of the warship skills and getting an understanding of these will help you before your first match. But if you've got any other information, let me know down below in the comments. I'm going to be live streaming this in about an hour, and I think Negan is going to be guesting. We're going to play with Ruz and Cortex and one other. So subscribe, and I'll put a card up in the top for that live stream as soon as it's done, so you can jump right to the gameplay and see us struggle our way through learning this for the first time. So if you enjoyed this, want to see more content as soon as it drops, subscribe to the channel, throw a like on here. It supports the channel 100% free to you and is very meaningful to me. And until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies, and I will see you very shortly in the Tempest Clash.